Chapter 9 of Uncle Remus and Brer Rabbit by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Phil Chenevert. How Mr. Lion Lost His Wool. 'Twas des such a day as dis dat Mr. Lion lost his wool, remarked Uncle Remus to the little boy. Mr. Man tuck a notion dat de time done come fer him fer ter have a hog killin', and he got 'im a big barrel and fill it half full of water from de big springs. Den he piled up 'bout a cord of wood, and as he piled he put rocks twixt de logs, and den he sot de wood after and befo'ds and in de middle. 'Twasn't long 'fo' dey had de hogs kilt and eve'ything ready fer ter scrape de har off. Den he tuck de red hot rocks what he put in de fire and flung 'em in de barrel where de water was, and 'twa'n't long, 'fo' dat water wuz ready fer ter bile. Den dey tuck de hogs, one at a time, and soused um in de water, and time dey tuck um out, his ha'r wuz ready fer ter drap out by de roots. Den dey'd scrape um wid sticks and chips, and dey ain't leave a har on um. Well, bimeby dey had all de hogs kilt and cleaned and hauled off, and when eve'ything wuz still ez a settin' hen, ol' Brer Rabbit stuck his head out from behime a bush where he been settin' at. He stuck his head out, he did, and look all 'roun', and den he went where de fire wuz, and try fer ter warm hisse'f. He ain't been dar long, 'fo' here come Brer Wolf and Brer Fox, and den he got busy. He say, "Hello, frien's, howdy an' welcome. I'm des fixin' fer ter take a warm baff like Mr. Man gi' his hogs. Won't you jine me?" Dey say dey ain't in no hurry, but dey help Brer Rabbit put de hot rocks in de barrel, and dey watch de water bubble, and bimeby, when eve'ything wuz ready, who should walk up but ol' Mr. Lion. He had a mane fum his head plumb ter de een' er his tail, and in some places it wuz so long it drug on de groun'. Dat would make all de creeturs fear'd of 'im. He growled an' ax um what dey doin', and when Brer Rabbit tell 'im, he say dat's what he long been needin'. "How does you git in?" "Des back right in," says ol' Brer Rabbit, sezee, and wid dat Mr. Lion backed in, and de water wuz so hot he try fer ter git out, and he slipped in plumb ter his shoulder blades. You kin believe me er not, but dat creetur wuz scalded so dat he hollered and skeered everybody fer miles aroun'. And when he come out, all de wool dropped out, 'cep' de bunch you see on his neck and de little bit you find on de een' of his tail, and dat'd come off ef de tail hadn't 'a slipped thoo de bunghole er de barrel. With that, Uncle Remus closed his eyes, but not so tightly that he couldn't watch the little boy. For a moment the child said nothing, and then, "I must tell that tale to mother before I forget it." So saying, he ran out of the cabin as fast as his feet could carry him, leaving Uncle Remus shaking with laughter. End of chapter 9.